Hi, I'm Frederick Wright Jones. I'm a multimedia artist and educator from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I'm speaking to you from Hamburg, Germany, or Hamburg, Deutschland, as they say. It's the home of my lifetime companion. Family is a vital part of my existence. It's an anchor in a sea of contradictory beliefs. It's given me a global identity and as well as cemented my belief in responsibility and community as a young father and husband. So I was born in Boyertown, Pennsylvania, and raised since the age of 2 in Kimberton, Pennsylvania. Growing up a light skinned African American in rural Pennsylvania, and then, the experience of living as a foreigner in Germany really motivates my work. And there's a uniqueness to each place, parallels and slight cultural shifts, right? These notions of quote unquote new and old worlds. Europe has varied levels of reconciliation with past atrocities, while America has a history split along color lines, right? And this sort of leaves me floating in the Atlantic, thinking about ideas of race, identity, visibility, and invisibility. I mean, like, what is my hyphenated presence, right? And, with that question, what is an unhyphenated identity? Is there such a thing? I'm the son of an archaeologist and an artist, and this introduced me to objects, the museum, and demarcations of art and history. Uh, the materials I saw in the archaeological museum as a child were of wood and clay and stone. They were recognizable materials and recognizable forms, faces, bodies, animals, tools. There was a narrative of the museum that I did not see as a child, that of linear progress and locational hierarchies. I look back and see that these objects, kind of like me, are out of place. And so I compare their function within that museum, within the Western formalist art tradition, the formalist, right, the unhyphenated art practice. I compare it with these objects and how do those fit into this narrative? How do these fit into the story? What story is trying to be told, right? Because that's what we do. We tell stories. And aesthetically, my work is inspired by utilitarian and folk, right? Religious reliquaries, merchandise, illustration, propaganda, right? I love to weave folklore, politics, and pop culture. Um, I guess I've found, like these objects, I've found a home in the identity of the eternal outsider. And from that place, I can explore notions of power and guilt and duty and entitlement. Um, I like to play with historical figures, myths like nation, processes of identification, um, and looking for like intersections of fact and belief. My work, like objects and installation, they're tactile, right? There's a play with functionality, yet I'm thinking about things that we cannot see and forces we cannot measure, right? I like to visualize like my deepest fears or my darkest thoughts or my greatest uncertainties. It's an effort really to define or redefine my place as an American or a global citizen and as, a cultural cannibal, right? Redigesting, regurgitating, recooking, right? My work is a method of researching contradictions of the human condition and my life's narrative.